The following part of the presentation is going to be by far the most important now. This one idea, it all boils down to one single sentence, but I have a story behind it. I'll tell the story first. This is my opinion, of course. It might not be yours, but I'll share mine because I'm here and you're there. So, so please allow me to do that. First, I've got to ask, have you ever been to a forest? Raise your hand if you've done that. Yeah? Is there by any chance somebody who hasn't been to a forest ever before? Cool. I had in one training, software testing training that I attended in Helsinki, that I had actually literally one guy who said that, I've never been to a forest. What's that? And actually it turned out that he had never been to a park either, like a lush green park. He had some kind of allergy to some kind of an insect that he wanted to avoid, and he had some kind of phobia, I think. But he lived in cities and he only flew to other cities. So yeah, that was his problem. But anyways, most of us have been to a forest. Okay. And why is it that we go there? Why is it that we go to a forest? What's the reason? What's the purpose?
Serenity.
Exactly. You go get peace of mind. You could go get something else as well. What might it be?
Firewood.
Firewood. Exactly. You go collect something. What else?
Get away from humans.
Exactly. Part of peace of mind. What else?
Hunting animals.
Hunting animals, exactly. They actually started the duck hunting season this Monday here in Finland, and we're going to start the what do you call metsäkanalintu? It's a hard word for me to translate in Finnish in English. Metsäkanalintu. Anyways, they're going to start all the other wild game season in next month. So you go hunt animals, okay? Is there anything else that you would gather or hunt in the forest?
Photos.
What?
Photos.
I'm sorry?
Photos.
Photos, exactly. You could go check out the birds, Take photos of them like bongaus, it's in Finnish, I'm not sure what do you call it in English, but anyways, it doesn't matter. It's not in my vocabulary. You could go take photos, you could go pick berries. For example, blueberries are probably ripe by now here in Finland. And there is always a reason to go into that forest, isn't there? A peace of mind or hunting something, gathering something. And for me, the most important thing is to get the blueberries because I love blueberry smoothies in the mornings. This morning I did a blueberry smoothie from fresh blueberries. And it was amazing, I just love them. If I don't get blueberry smoothie in the morning, I get cranky. I not always wake up refreshed and smiling. So the blueberry smoothie resets the mindset for me. And I go out to the forest to pick blueberries. And now, if I work in my journey to the forest in a way of a traditional quality assurance specialist that I am, software tester that I am, there is a small patch of forest that I always travel every fall. It's in the little village of Paavola, south from Oulu. It's something like 50 kilometers from Oulu, I guess. And there is this cute little forest road that ends in a huge pile of logs. It's they do logging here. Logging. Yeah. Is it logging?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. It's like a homonym, so it's the same word for different things. We engineers use logging for something else, I guess. Anyways, they do logging. They collect timber for the industry here in Finland in that area as well. And there is this one huge pile of logs, woods, that was gathered there something like a decade ago, and it's probably out of some kind of ERP system bug. It has been forgotten there, and it rots every year. It's smaller, and it smells like rotten wood, So I drive my car beside that huge pile here, and now I have a goal. I need to pick all the blueberries, or I need to pick a bucket full of blueberries when I go out to the forest. And there is this beautiful lake, and there is this fireplace and hiking trail around the lake. So I know that that's the place where I'm going because I love coffee by the open fire and I like to fry sausages there. So that's where I'm headed. Now, I'm the traditional tester. I jump beside my car like this, and then I open a map. And I start designing. I head east, and there is this huge boulder that I find there. I head from that boulder towards north, and I find the hiking trail, and follow that to the fireplace. All right? That's a great plan, I decide. And then, these are actually lingonberries, I think, or something else. It just turned out it's like red berries. But anyways, then I start walking my path that I've already planned. And of course, I will find great spots to stop by and pick all the berries. And when I'm done, when I'm at the fireplace and boiling that great open fire coffee, it's like delicious. You have to try it if you haven't ever tried it before. What's in my bucket? It's a bucket full of
10 berries.
berries. It might be 10 berries because it's been a really dry summer this summer, but anyways, I have as many berries as it's possible in this forest. So I have a bucket full of berries and I'm satisfied. Now what happens is I go back home and put part of the berries in the refrigerator to freeze them for the winter, part of the berries in my smoothie, and then next Friday I head out to the forest again. And I had a great plan. That was an amazing plan. I had a bucket full of berries and I execute on the plan again. What happens to my game? What happens to my bucket? Is it full anymore?
No.
No.
The berries are gone already.
Exactly. There might be one place that I missed because I was tweeting something or like posting a photo in Instagram about a bird that I found. And there might be something that I was just listening to music or something, or just doing the peace of mind exercises, getting away from people, that I missed just by an accident. There might be few places that we had the berries that I missed before, but the bucket is not full anymore. There might be a little bit on the bottom. How about on the third time? How will I feel when I get to the fireplace? Hungry and frustrated. Exactly. I do have the sausages, so I get to feed myself. Yeah, I feel frustrated on third time. And here's the thing. The work that I do as a software tester in this setting is actually not aiming at gathering a bucket full of berries anymore. What will I get in the end of the third session or the third round? What will there be for me if the bucket is empty? If the bucket is empty, yeah.
Nothing new.
You get nothing new, but you get something. What is it?
You think the forest is empty?
Yeah, you get an impression that the forest is empty and you get an impression that the software is bug-free.
But you still get the cup of coffee and...
Exactly, you get to enjoy your life and a peace of mind and get away from the people. But you get an illusion that there is no more berries in the forest.
You also get your bonuses.
Exactly. We got our bonuses in the touchscreen device project. We got consistently our bonuses, but in the end the CTO decided that we are going to terminate this project. Everything was green, everybody had an impression that we are doing amazing. So, this is the first thing about software testing. What I call this like trail hiking and going out to the forest to see that there are no other berries. When I travel the same trails all over again, I call that kind of work, that activity, checking. I go out to the forest to check if on my path there are any new berries. And in the context of software testing, I hope that there are no new berries, because that's what builds evidence and confidence on our software that it actually works like we designed. So that activity is checking. But now, since we are experienced forest goers, like We are experienced hunters or gatherers or photographers. We know by the experience that there is a way to get more berries. What should we do?
Go
Get out
into
the trail.
Into the forest. Vary the route.
Yeah, you have to change the trail. You have to invent new ways. You have to be creative, don't you? You have to be creative about the paths that you choose. And you cannot design them always here. When I go out to the forest, I deploy my experience as a forest goer, all that I know, and my intuition, and my perception about the forest now. And when I deploy it, I make educated decisions about the paths that I'm going to make. This is the first, this is the second, this is the third, and this might be the fourth. And every time when I choose a new path, I will get new berries. A bucket full of berries.
May I add one analogy
Yeah.
with that one? If on any of those trails you find those blueberries, you most likely will go check that place and see more and see more and more. So actually, when you find something, that's a place where you'll be finding even more.
Even more, exactly. Software bugs are, by the way, they're like a life form. They hang out together. If you find one, it's probable that there will be several others drinking booze together, and they're like hanging around there by the fire and, you know, being badass. And it's probable that there are other bugs around as well. So when I find a place where to stop, this is the place where I have the berries, it's probable that there are other berries around. That was your point?
Yeah.
Exactly. So then I have a freedom. I don't have a plan that I have to run through. I have a freedom to explore around the finding. And then I have different places to go. And this activity, this work, is something that I like to call hunting. So we have, and this is like the sentence that I promised you guys. Quality assurance, if you like it, or software testing, is a sum total of two very different activities. And you might even write it down in your journal because this is really important. I'll explain why. Software testing or quality assurance is a sum total of two different activities, and the activities are checking and hunting. And the way you do both of them is totally different. And this is where the biggest mindset mistake I think in management and in leading new software project is made, is that testing is all the same. And when you do checking, you have to focus on totally different things than when you do hunting. Isn't it right? You have to focus on the map. You have to focus on the critical paths. And you have to focus on actually producing evidence that everything still works, that there are no new berries in the ground. But when you do the other kind of job, hunting, your focus is going to be in getting a bucket full of berries.